Stop your fussing, my pearl, and open wide. That's it. Now, doesn't that taste delicious? These grapes were imported at great cost from the Stony Islands. Aren't they just divine? Yes, I love watching them slide past your lovely lips and hearing the plump fruit burst beneath your perfect teeth. Even watching you eat is like observing a moving work of art. I admire you more by the day. I've said this before, to others, but at this point it is true. You are my favorite pet that I've ever kept. Such a stunningly gorgeous, docile, and truthful girl. So many people lie out of instinct, but you understand the pointlessness of even trying. I can't tell you how many times I've wished other beings would hurry and come to that conclusion, only to watch them lie and lie and lie, until finally bending under the weight of my gaze and revealing the truth. It becomes tiresome in a way I cannot describe. You are so wonderful and wise to have come to me with an attitude of unapologetic blatancy. That is why you are truly, truly my favorite pet. Open up now. Delicious.
Your Grace.
What is it, Tristram? We are enjoying time on my throne, and I do so love feeding my pets treats when they are well behaved. See how placidly she sits upon my lap.
Apologies, Your Grace. You have a visitor.
Tristram, have you dared let someone enter my home without first telling me?
I tried to persuade him to wait at the gate, but he was very, insistent.
Let the poor man breathe, Ildar. He really did try his best to stop me. I'm afraid I might have bruised him a bit.
Graven, you sly snake. Why did you not send runners ahead to inform me of this visit?
Would you believe that I wanted to surprise you?
Not in 1,000 years. I sense there's a serious matter you wish to discuss. The lack of an entourage is proof of your haste to meet with me. But no matter. Come, shake my hand, old friend.
Your ring.
Please, I never hold you to the same standards as others of our kind.
And yet I will insist, as always. I am not one to dismiss custom entirely. Let me give you the respect you deserve as my superior, my king. Old friend or not, you are worthy of that after ascending to your volume of riches and power.
If you insist, then kneel for my ring.
King of the southern winds and wilds, will you grant me permission to speak with you?
Graven of the Ashen Cliffs, you have my permission to speak.
Thank you for your mercy, Your Grace.
Your thanks is accepted.
Now that we've done with ceremony, I've been yearning to ask, who is this enrapturing little morsel?
Eyes to yourself, Graven. This is my latest human pet.
How can I keep my eyes from such a treasure? You may as well ask me to turn my eyes from your gilded throne, or the massive, intricate doors barricading your home. You would not present these things if not for observation and appreciation. Any dragon would be fortunate to possess a beauty like this.
Do I detect a hint of jealousy? Not that I blame you for a moment.
Perhaps. Might you share her for a moment? Just to let me be jealous for a spell.
Very well, but be gentle. Her skin is flawless, as I intended to stay. Don't flinch, pet. He won't harm you.
Ah, white hair is such a rarity. Must have a dash of elf blood in her.
Could be, but as you can see, curved human ears.
Fascinating. Oh, her skin is so soft.
Relax, pet. Let him touch you.
No scandalous, my pretty thing. I promise. I just want to get a feel for your face. And your neck. Well loved, I see. From the marks you've left there, Ildar.
Yes, well, when I said flawless skin, I was somewhat exaggerating.
Clearly. You've littered her with love marks.
You'll forgive me for showing my pet my admiration.
Indeed.
Note her hands as well.
The fingertips.
Yes. Have you ever heard of incrinite?
I have a pendant with that craft signature.
And I have the incrinite.
Oh, you jest.
We cannot lie to each other, friend. This is indeed incrinite herself.
My jealousy is suddenly much increased.
Allow me to double it. My pearl here never lies to me.
What? That cannot be. Humans lie out of instinct when confronted with our auras. Your pet is shaking even now, in the presence of a strange dragon.
You are free to test it, if you wish.
Oh, come now. Of course she won't lie now that we might test her.
Ask her anything. Nothing is off limits.
Very well. Let us see. Look into my eyes, incrinite. Ah, so lovely. You really are a treasure that any dragon would covet. Does that thought delight you? Perhaps even excite you, knowing that any dragon would fight to make you theirs. Oh, Ildar, you have struck more than gold with this one.
Yes, indeed. She blushes so fiercely, even when refusing to hide the truth.
Such shyness, contrasted with pure, untainted honesty. What a priceless gem.
Enough drooling over my things, Graven. Why have you come here without your usual pomp? You have never come through my door without trumpets and grandiose.
Yes, well, much as I do love making an entrance, I did not have time for that. I come with urgent and unsettling news.
As I suspected. Sit down, then, and let's hear it. Would you like a drink? Wine? Mead? Brimstone?
Brimstone and wine together would be delightful.
Tristram, you heard our guest.
Right away, Your Grace.
Tristram has grown into quite the reliable manservant. Far from that scrawny scrap he was when you first took him in.
I knew the lad had potential when I found him. Desperate or starving humans are abundant, but it is surprisingly difficult to find one willing to remain obedient for so many years.
Does he lie to you?
Constantly, but never anything beyond concealing his disdain for his station. I've always wondered if he secretly wished to be one of my pets over the 12 years he's been with me. But it would be too cruel, even for me, to question him on that fact directly. Also, I'm not sure I want to know the answer.
He's too rough around the edges to make a presentable pet. Though, I'm not sure. His features have grown handsome enough, in a rugged way. With a bit of polishing, perhaps he could make a decent diamond.
You covered my greatest treasure, and then consider stealing away my manservant as well? Oh, you are being quite presumptuous today, my friend.
It is perhaps in an effort to calm my nerves. There is turmoil within me, and many other dragonkind, that has not been felt in our time.
And what turmoil is that? The fear of riches running dry?
I wish it were a fear so trivial. Tell me, have you heard of what is befallen our brethren in the West?
I did hear rumblings that a few human mages were blessed with an unforeseen dose of luck.
If that is the extent of the news that has reached you, then you are woefully underinformed, my friend. The incident at the Great Western Nest was just the beginning strike in a campaign against us. After somehow taking out all the scouts, the sentinels, the parents, and wiping out every clutch of eggs they could find, the mages went on the march.
On the march? They're mages, not adventurers or soldiers. They live their days wandering the wilds in search of ingredients, or huddled in their libraries reading books, or boiling up nonsense in their cauldrons. Have you also forgotten that mages do not kill? It breaks their oh-so-cherished sacred oaths.
That is why the army of each country travels with them where they go. It was the soldiers who dealt the killing blows, both against the down dragons and the nest. They are gaining foot soldiers as we speak.
Your brimstone and wine, Lord Graven.
Excellent, Tristram.
You're dismissed.
Thank you, Your Grace.
While it is tragic what happened at the Great Western Nest, I doubt that kind of luck will continue to grace the humans. What good have human armies ever been against dragonkind, let alone the feeble magic of a few mages? They must have won out with their tactic of surprise. Who would ever think them so brazen as to storm a nest? A communal nest at that. Of course, they'd be lucky with an advantage like that. I doubt it'll be of much concern, now that we're aware of them. We can crush them easily if they continue this pathetic campaign.
Ildar, my friend, my king, our arrogance may well be our undoing. While the humans are not capable of severely hindering us in general, their great numbers of defense lend the mages enough protection to cast spells en masse. Spells the likes of which we've never seen before.
The petty magic of the mages is useless when it cannot be used to kill.
You speak of what you do not know. The outcome of the spells. It may be far worse than death. There have been unintentional deaths resulting from the spells, but the farther the mages travel, and the more frequently they practice their new craft, it shakes my pride not to admit that their rising success curdles my blood with fear.
My brother, what could cause you such distress?
They have been trapping us in our human forms, permanently.
What?
Long have our elders considered it folly to have revealed that we can appear as human in any sense. Now they may be proved correct. It may have been the greatest mistake our generation has made. The mages are exploiting our second forms to trap us within them forever.
Worse than death, you say? If this is true, it cannot be. What is your source?
The word has been spread by any of our kindred who have managed to escape. A staggering number have already been transformed, defeated and imprisoned, or mutated, their bodies hovering between both forms in grotesque and unlivable states that often has led to death. It seems the mages have found a caveat to their no-death oath. Incidental death, it seems, out of their control, is worth the effort to retake their world.
Their world was never theirs. We were destined to be the overseers. We were built from the claws up to scale every inch of this earth in ways that humans never could imagine. Who can crawl to the lowest depths or soar to the highest air of this entire world? We were made for this place. They are designed to be beneath us. They are confined to scuttle about the ground, wingless vessels that serve us, their true masters.
Ildar, for all our power, we cannot wield the energies of magic with the skill of humans. We have grown too sure in ourselves, our physical power. We have lost the ability to train up our young in the knowledge of energies and spells. Humans have never forgotten. They remember because they are small. The magic has become their power now. That is their destiny. In that way, does it not place them on the same level as dragonkind, in a different sense?
Have you gone utterly mad? Were you not the one who encouraged me to build my own kingdom of human underlings? Did you not say that they have no other purpose than to serve us?
My brother, I feel I have gravely misjudged.
I've heard enough. Speak no more of this, lest I grow enraged.
I am trying to warn you, Ildar, that the danger to all of us is present. Not only in the mages and human armies, but in our very own ranks. I know I must sound mad after living as vainly as I have, but now I all but fear my own human underlings. Who knows which among them may have the skill of a mage without even realizing...
I said enough with this lunacy. If your only purpose in coming here was to warn me, then you have done so. You may go now.
My king...
It would wound me to throw you out, Graven. Do not make me.
As you wish, my king. In parting, I will say this. If you are wise, you will stifle your pride and take heed. To ignore the doom steadily creeping toward us is folly. An army of ants may overpower the greatest of flying creatures with enough numbers. And their numbers do grow, Ildar. Mile by mile, they gain reinforcements. Even if you consider them fodder, enough fodder distracts to make way for killing blows. Please, I beg of you to consider it. I beg of you to hear me.
It is impossible. Even if they succeed for a time, no victory will last. Humans are simply too weak, and we are too strong.
My friend, you are lying.
Begone. Begone at once.
Thank you for the brimstone and wine. Farewell.
What madness has gripped him? Even if he speaks the truth, our kind is strong. Our kind is vast. We have all but conquered every corner of this earth. There is no magic that can defeat the sheer might of dragonkind. You, pet, have you ever seen a fellow human take on a dragon and survive? No, I didn't think so. Of course not. Look at you. Such a small being. So delicate and beautiful. I'm sorry. I dropped you when I became angry. I didn't know that I was going to stand from my throne so quickly. Come here. Let me check you for bruises. I do hope I haven't hurt you. human, a pet, and a craftsman. You're meant to be kept and admired, a precious commodity or a useful tool. That is your rightful place. Look at all the gorgeous creations that you've crafted with these slender fingers. Such beautiful gem settings and the like. Even warriors of your kind are no match against us. Tell me, my pearl, tell me that there is no chance of defeat at the hands of humans. There is always a chance. I would strike you for such defiance if I did not treasure your utter honesty at all times. But honesty does not always equate to truth. No. You merely believe it to be the truth. But it is not. It cannot be. We have built up kingdoms each to their own, in every cave, mountain, sea, and sky of this earth. It is our domain. This will be but one more uprising that we will quell with fire and fury and power. Oh, power that we have not wielded in so long. It's breathtaking to unleash a gout of flame with no restraint. You cannot possibly understand how enrapturing it is. To gape your jaws and let the molten rage flow like a cleansing scream, painting all that your breath touches with red. If it comes to it, I'll defend this place with every ounce of fire I have in my gut and soul. If the fight creeps to our doorstep, I shall hold it back, alone, if I must. Oh, my pearl, you are trembling. Have I frightened you? Yes, I have. Good pet, being so truthful with me. Do not fear. Come, I'll hold you close. I'll be gentle, and show you that you have no cause to fear my wrath. Not you. Never you. You are too perfect, too soft and sweet and calming. Stroking your lovely hair like this is helping me to breathe easier, thinking of what might be to come. You are too precious to involve in any of this. My soft, sweet, beautiful pearl. I'd never hurt you, even if you witness my anger. Know that it will never be turned in your direction. You're a human in the purest form, obedient, a touch of fire, but ultimately subdued. That is why I cherish you so. Come back with me to my throne. I've more exotic fruits to feed you, after which I'll indulge myself in something just as sweet. Though I may be a bit more rough than usual. I need you to dispel my worries with your perfect, luscious honesty.